Hello.
We're live.
Jesus Christ. Literally had to frighten the bejesus out of me.
That was the idea.
It's going to be one of those days today, lads.
Oh, wow.
I texted you, Andrew. You said about next week, and I said, I wish it was this week we weren't doing anything, because I've literally got Snowfall is very good. That's where it ends.
I'm absolutely showing now.
In the text you sent us, it was she isn't very good.
Yes. So you're
She
lying.
is very good.
Yeah, that's what you texted me and Andrew.
Aye.
We must have had a typo.
There we go.
Anyway,
welcome back to the finish line. Proudly sponsored by Hollywood Bets, the home of the Punter Challenge. What are we saying anyway? I had to get in. And actually, shout out to all the people who watch us in South Africa. It's absolutely going mental over there. So everyone that is listening or watching over in South Africa, stay safe, because it is absolutely a crazy time you are going through. But we'll try and entertain you for at least the next 40 minutes or so. Tom, you are still drinking them since yesterday, by the way.
I've been large on the espresso martinis this weekend, and took them away.
And I wonder why people say
lay off the wine gums. No,
I had to lay off the red wine because I was getting so much abuse. I said, Jesus, I have to lay off the red wine. So I've taken up all other forms of alcohol, basically. This is getting my vodka intake into me.
Less calories. Dave would be proud of you.
Yeah. Well done.
Remember that time you gave him a whole program to follow?
Yeah, he done 2 days, which is one more day than you did.
Yeah, I've done 20 odd years of it. Anyway, Tom, how are you feeling after Coffee? And a little Alice Avril was one to follow in the Irish field today. You nearly absolutely creamed your pants when you seen that.
I did. And yeah, not gonna lie. Costi first off, finished second. Looked like she was gonna win half the track again. Her wind was okay though, which is the main thing. So maybe she'd just take a run to learn that she can breathe and finish out a race. So
is she the new Archibald?
Ooh.
No. She runs all the way to the line, which is the good thing. Like she comes off the
one of the children.
I know. Yeah.
Just didn't like that.
Someone texted me yesterday. Cotty is the new Archibald. I said that last time.
She's nowhere near that, man. She might need to step up and trip. Henry's actually keen to go back to the flat as well. So she shows a lot of speed as well, which is obviously apparent with the way she canters for her races. So lots of fun to be having her. And then Alice was in the Irish field as Ryan McElliott, one of his 5 to follow from the week. And she was the only jumper involved in there. So, as I said on Twitter, maybe that justifies me watching it every day for the last week. I don't feel too bad now. I'm not the only one getting excited. So
she has to go do it next time now. 2 miles. Should enter in Galway. 2 miles around Galway, and she would have been absolutely
2 mile, 2.5, 2 mile, 2 and a bit around Galway. So I think we're going to go to Roscommon on the 4th or something like that of August. 2 mile beginner's chase, and see how she gets on there. And
can you see the comments?
I can. Yeah.
I can't.
Why?
It says Alice Avril was superb on debut. You lads should be very proud. Thank you.
Do you know the way Andrew was saying he can't see the comments there? Do you know the way he was kind of making fun of you drinking there a second ago, Tom? He texted me at 4:00. Will you drive today? You can understand why.
At least I was doing it safely.
Yeah. No, this is my second one of these today, and I started about 7.
It's not my fault you can't drink.
See the way the assumption is I'm not drunk, or I'm not drinking.
You?
Yeah, you were right, but I could be doing something.
But you weren't. You don't drink anymore unless you're going out.
Like out, like hashtag out.
No, you're not going out, but I'm going out.
Put on the makeup and go out.
I'm going out.
Oh, good Lord in heaven.
If you can't see the comments, Andrew, just hit the block button.
There you go. Job done.
He's literally...
Oh, let's get alive, like. Couldn't be arsed with you anymore. You're not even entertaining anymore. It's just bullshit now.
He's literally trolling me on every video, on every horse racing podcast on YouTube. Every day. I'm like, oh my God.
Must have a thing for bold men, Dave.
You know what? I am very sexy, Tom.
Sorry, what? Who's the drunk one now?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's about as
anyway.
exciting as my life gets this week. Anyway, I don't have any
Yeah,
exciting.
my
horse
weekend
racing
has been
stories.
just sitting out in the back, having a few cold ones, and that's about it. Watching the golf. I'll tell you in the back, watching the golf.
Yeah.
Watch the hurling and the Grand Prix. That's about all, and a bit of the racing, and yeah, some weather. I got the day off work tomorrow. Work have given us a day off work tomorrow because the weather's nice.
I got a bit of
What's up with him?
3-1 on Limerick at half time there today. Thank you very much.
Nice, very good comeback.
Thank you very much.
I have no idea.
Absolutely.
12 points down at half time, were they, Dave?
They were 12 points down at half time and they won by 6, I think.
12 points down.
Oh,
You only
yeah.
got 3-1.
That's how good they are, Andrew. Tipperary
they're
scored 2-16 in the first half, and I think they scored 6 points in the second half. They got absolutely bet out the gate.
And Waterford are diabolical.
Yeah, well, sure, that's to be expected. You know.
There's nothing new there, is there?
One of these, we're getting as bad as Liverpool now, aren't we?
It's
Except
worse than
Liverpool,
Liverpool.
unless Liverpool actually won it, finally. We're never going to win it.
Do you know what I realized when we went? We did do this last week, didn't we? I realized anyway, either it was Wednesday.
No, we didn't. Because we were going to Dundalk next
Oh, it was
week.
Wednesday because we were catching up on it. We never mentioned about Galileo.
It's true. The
Thomas-
daddy of the daddies,
Thomas
Thomas.
gone.
I'm reading the thing about Stephen Mann, and I'm just not even going there. He's just how that guy is allowed to have a job in racing. I have no idea.
Who's Stephen Mann?
The guy who got done for having that horse with a dislocated fetlock and didn't
Your
beat down.
mammy's not writing.
My mother is giving. She must be drunk because she wrote in "Tip will be back, Dave." They won't, Mary. They won't.
I
my
don't
mother
know.
is a Tipperary woman, but I do not follow Tipperary.
Hey, Mary. How you doing?
Leave my mother alone.
I know how to lie,
Yeah.
Dave.
Galileo's the king of.
Look at him change the subject all of a
He
sudden.
is. He's the king of riding.
You'll be calling me daddy soon.
Dave, I just kick him out and leave.
I'm good, Andrew, and you.
We'll just take a sit back here. You and Mary have a little chat there, Andrew.
Brilliant.
I go home now. No hassle. See you later.
Look at him. Anyway, before we get into all this, golf day, there is only 2 spots remaining for our golf day, and there's 2 people inquiring about them, so they might be gone next week. But look,
That sign's about to fall on.
look, your hair's growing. Oh wait, no, it's not.
Oh. Here he's Snowfall best since Arcava. Oh, very good.
Oh, it's him again.
Yeah, very good name,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's better. But
That account was created today anyway, or yesterday.
Yeah, only 2 spots remain. If you want to any information on it, email the finishline2017@gmail.com, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, 20th of August, it's when it's happening. 160 per team, including your dinner, which will happen at 6:30 after tee-off. And again, the first prize is all expenses paid trip to Punchestown next year, and the second prize is a trip to Henry Bromhead's yard, courtesy of Pimlico Racing / Tom. Tom is getting giddy there, reading Alice Avril again or something.
No, I'm reading the Stephen Mann thing. It's new. Oh my god! Do you know who Stephen Mann is?
Is it on?
Finish the golf thing. Sorry,
I'd finish it. Email me if you want to play. There's only 2 spots remaining, so it's going to go quick.
Very good. So Stephen Mann, for those of you who don't remember, is the guy who got banned recently for like 4 years or something like that.
Does he have? He used to train the light purple with the white sash across or something like that.
We talked about him, Tom. You weren't here one of the days we talked about him. Andrew went through a story of him.
So that chap, anyway, right? So he was basically done for neglect to horses. So he, I think, as far as I know, he's the first trainer in Ireland that they suspended his horses from running before an investigate, before they put him through the whole process. Like even the whole Gordon Elliott thing, like he was allowed to have runners while they dealt with that for a few days. Stephen Mann, they just pulled the plug because it was that bad at his yard, right? So they banned him from training horses. They didn't ban him from working in the industry. So one of his, now you do the maths on this and get to where you want to get to, but one of his former horses that he trained, he was at the races, and and he was the authorized representative and traveling head lad for a horse that he used to train, and he interfered with them taking a sample from him. The veterinary assistant felt that this interference caused her to miss the opportunity to take a urinary sample from Stormy. Also adding that the man was not wearing a face mask as required by COVID-19. Guess who's now the registered trainer of the horse?
Gordon Elliott.
Pat Kelly.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't be saying like you.
Yeah, I
you
read it.
read it there 2 seconds ago.
I thought Andrew would get it right.
I've seen the scroll. I think he's already reading that.
He is the
Pat
fella we
Kelly.
were talking about. He like let a horse run with a broken leg or something. Remember you were saying it here?
Oh, he used to have a lot of runners in Galway. I'm getting mixed up now.
Yeah. The stars and the, white
stars.
and the
Yeah.
yellow. Yeah. Look, we need to tighten up our rules, lads. If you get done for stuff like that, you shouldn't be able to work in racing. Full stop. End of story.
So what you're saying is there's a few outside stables going on and stuff is happening in them and COVID-19.
Well,
It's a
if
lot.
anyone wants to test my horse, they could test him. I wouldn't be standing in their way, put it that way. So
I wonder what he's taking.
You better not test
we can't speculate now, but anyway, that's the report that's
I
out
was going
there.
to say, they better not test you this weekend. It'll come out espresso martinis.
Blood type. Alcohol.
Blood type, coffee and vodka.
Oh,
Yeah,
He
that's
wants to know-
shocking though. We need to clamp down on that kind of stuff.
The Cotto picture is still here. It just keeps falling down.
he's still here.
He's still here. It just keeps falling down, and it like fell on top of me, and I've had enough of it.
He didn't like it because I want the mayor throwing himself at him.
I just don't want to get hit in the head with stuff.
What else? Right. Rachel Blackmore had an awful fall at Clarny 3 days ago. Fractured the ankle and a hip injury. So what would that be? Normal 6 to 8 weeks.
To be more than that, I'd say.
Oh, hip will be a long time.
Hip will be
Yeah.
It's not. It's a hip broke or it's just hip
They
injury.
didn't go into
detail. Just hip injury.
But she
What
could
would
I
have-
that
haven't
be?
heard anything else, to be honest. So.
it could be moved. I'd say she'd be out for a while. I text you literally as soon as she fell and the horse fell on top of her and she just stopped dead in the ground. It's like, that is not good. Like.
I was watching it. It's like, oh, she didn't move. This
Yeah,
could
I
be
was like,
bad.
oh. But you know, in them ones where you just grimace because you're used to watching horse racing and people fall and so on. But you know the one where you see it and you're like, oh, that wasn't good.
There was one I watched today after I got the jab. I was sitting in the waiting room. You have to wait after you get it. It was the one where Forge and Fire won. Did you see the fall in that?
No.
Oh, I don't know if he got up or not, but he took a
Was
mother.
that today?
and- Yeah.
Kevin Bruder
What?
was taken to hospital today. I was just going through the IHRB stuff to see if there was anything on Rachel, but Kevin Bruder was taken to hospital for X-rays, but he was conscious and all that leaving. So
And then
it's tough this time of year on this ground. It's
rattling quick up there.
yeah.
Big Toe Dan said, would have been nice to see the Cotto picture fall on me. That's sound. Thanks.
We can arrange that, Dan. Don't worry
He
about
also
that.
said he also said broken in 2 places, so he must be talking about her hip. I didn't hear what exactly was wrong with her hip, but
No, it just says hip injury, whatever. I
it
was.
wouldn't surprise me if it's broke. Yeah, I don't know.
Right, move on to thing that is splitting this people on Twitter as usual. Mark Crane banned for 28 days after mistaking the half furlong pole for a winning line, for the finishing line, should I say?
Very good.
At Doncaster yesterday on King Power. Thoughts on this? 28 days. Very harsh, in my opinion. For someone that's just mistaken of winning. Look, it happens. He's going to make mistakes. It's 28 days. A lot. 2 weeks would have been enough.
I think you've got to have severe bans in there because
For that though, really?
Yeah, you've got to make sure jockeys are awake and not making that kind of mistake. Now,
If you make that mistake, you're never going to make it again.
I don't know how he made a mistake.
I know you don't know how, but you
It's-
guarantee you he'll be riding to the half furlong pole past the finish line
It
the
was
next time.
outrageous. It was outrageous. I was watching it. I was like, what has he done here?
He was sitting there, oh God, oh
It
no,
wasn't like
he's
it was
thinking
close.
he's
It was,
winning.
like, it was a good half furlong.
It was.
away. It's
He thought the half furlong pole was
he goes, and it's like, what's he doing?
Joe, what I think could have thrown him is that shadow where he thought it was probably the boards. I say that's what thrown him.
I agree there, Andrew. I think that is what caught him, because it was when he went into the shadow and then he passed the next post, he stopped riding. But it was a poor mistake because there's so many boards there. It should have been fairly obvious where the winning line was. It's not like Sandown where you've got 2 winning posts and things like that.
That still boggles me, how they 2 winning lines.
Yeah, I know.
What's the point in it? Like,
it's happened at Longchamp a few times as well in France.
That's just a crazy old course.
Fall straight and stuff like that.
Yeah, that is mental though. Yeah, someone just said he was blaming the sun. Yeah, which would make sense. I think it was like, look, I don't think there's any question that it was a genuine mistake. The people on saying, "Oh, it was a fix" and whatever and all this, like, stop, please.
He was so far ahead. Like, he's not going to purposely get the horse done on the line. Like,
it was strange to watch though. He was ahead.
You can see it. Oh God! Oh no! Please figure out that you're still going behind you. You can surely hear him.
And it literally looked like he was like,
no, that's the line he's done.
Fuck! I shouldn't be leading here. I'll just go slower. I was like, what has he done here? Did you see
these things? Look, these things happen once in a blue moon. They happen. It's unfortunate. You know, it is his fault, but at the same time, like, don't come down on too hard on him. He made a mistake. Everyone makes mistakes. I agree the bans have to be harsh for that. But yeah, I just think that's it. He made a mistake. Move on, basically. If you've had
I think the 28 days is ridiculous.
See,
especially when it's your career. That's 28 days is ridiculous.
When I was watching it, like, that was bad as well. But the whole thing with the horses being thrown out and places being swapped around came up again yesterday.
I've seen that.
Right?
What's going on here now?
I don't know which track threw it out and which track didn't. But
it was the first Saturday, Ash.
It was Newbury.
Was it?
Newbury, the first at Newbury.
And the horse carried the other horse across the track, and like Dragon Symbol and Campanile, and they changed the result. Fair enough. That's consistent to what happened. The same exact thing happened at Newmarket. Probably worse, to be honest, and left the result alone. It just doesn't make any sense. You change one track, then the Shores the other place. Nah, it's grand. Don't worry about it. And even our man, Dave Nevison, that's on Racing TV, he's like, if you change one, you have to change the other.
Yeah.
It literally doesn't make any sense.
Should it not come to a stage now where
centralized stewarding?
That's what I was just going to say. Should it not have something like football, like a VAR type bloody place in London or somewhere?
They should.
They can't even get it right now. Fuck's sake.
You can't have it like one track making a decision and going what Ascot did, then another track, no, it's grand, leave it as it is.
Because it's very doable. You stick the 2 jockeys on Skype. What happened here? What happened here? Blah, blah,
you don't even need the jockeys. You don't even need them. No. So the F1 today, the carry on in the F1 was bad enough with Verstappen and Hamilton, and you had Christian Horner putting his bit into the race official. Toto Wolff was fucking putting.
Oh, another great name.
Are these real people?
They're great names. F1 has the best name. Toto Wolff, I think, is my favorite name in sport. But yeah, they were all putting in. Toto Wolff is running up with like the rules and images of the track, and it's like, lads, just let them make their decisions,
Toto Wolff and Tiger Woods sounds like they should be hanging out.
Yeah, you don't even need the jockeys. You just sit down, make your decisions. You know what they're going to say before they bloody say it. So
I didn't touch him. I was keeping him straight. I swear, guys. No, you weren't. Yeah, that was genuine. That's what should happen, and it should happen. It's not going to take long to set up.
We're big enough industries in both countries that we could do that. We could pay a panel of people to do that.
It's not rocket science, but look.
No.
We look at who's running things, then we go, yeah, there we go. Right.
We've bigger problems going on here with this bloody IHRB getting called in by the Dáil and the accounts committees and all this. It's not going away at all.
What's the latest update?
They had another meeting there this week, and And yeah, they're still kind of just looking into it, really. But it's not comfortable. They don't seem to have any confidence in the IHRB, which is a bit worrying. Yeah, I don't really know where it's going to end up, but it just seems that we're all rolling all this way down the hill, and nobody's putting the brakes on and saying, "Can somebody just don't even name names? Just please name a drug that's being used and how they're doing it." It's all just on a lot of hearsay at the minute, and I personally don't think that's right. I think somebody needs to come out and say this is what the drug is, or these are the different drugs, because everyone claims to know. It's like, oh yeah, sure, everyone knows that's going on. It's like, okay, tell me more about it then. And nobody can, like, so. Yeah, we need some evidence before we just keep rolling down this hill, and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Name and shame, we say.
You can't name and shame just because of legal.
I love
just because legal cases.
I love the lads that like horses as well, but like the trainers, but like the lads that get caught for drugs and then say, "Oh, it's a tainted supplement," and it's like pure anabolic steroid. That's never ever going to be in a supplement. Yeah, that was in the
me feed was contaminated. I swear to God,
that was in the protein shake I took yesterday. Me bollocks, it was.
It was in there after I put it in there.
Yeah, exactly.
One of these, one of them.
One for you, two for me.
I don't actually. I'd go as far as to say though, I don't think we're the worst, not by a long shot, in testing in this country. Lynn Hillier is doing a good job, and she's progressing things well. But I would like to see some evidence of something come out, to be honest, because if not, it should go away, because you can't just keep this on hearsay, basically.
Dan, big toe Dan thinks three of us should be on a panel. That'll end up like a hell in a cell, three of us in a room.
It just wouldn't work.
Like RKO should table. He's not getting thrown out. Will you stop?
That'd be better viewing than the race.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, lads. To be back that, yeah, fuck him out quick.
Yeah, there's another one. The feed was contaminated. It's literally like going into school years ago. The dog got me homework. Just staring at the teacher. All of it. Yeah, the whole book.
You don't have a dog, you have a pet rabbit. The rabbit out.
The tortoise nibbled on it, then it fell down the stairs, out the door, got taken by the wind, and then I never saw it again.
Climate change.
Likely story.
All right. We actually talked about the race. Talking to climate change, Snowfall. Oh, what a way to get into it.
I knew he was going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
She's wicked impressive.
She's I think we all... I don't know what he's going to say now, because he said he likes her. Now he said he didn't like her. To me, you said it as well. The best 3-year-old middle distance horse.
She looks it anyway, yeah.
She has improved tenfold this season.
When you find
look at James Bond there, sipping away in his martini.
I'm done now.
Is it shaken or stirred?
It was shaken, not stirred.
Oh. What's going on?
You should dress up as James Bond sometime.
Oh, please dress up in a tuxedo next time.
I'll get pictures for my wedding. I'm having my wedding as black tie, so I'll be in a tux with my espresso martini.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. But yeah,
does Zoff walking you down the aisle?
I wish he was. No, he should. No, he won't be there.
Oh. He must be bored.
But anyway, I'm not even looking at that. Snowfall.
He must be bored tonight.
I just want to know, like, we've talked about this, like people getting like accounts and all that. How can you get accounts with those names? Like verify your account. Okay, my name is Fake Bets Fanny Betters. Like, how is that? Oh. Like, how does that get through the box?
In fairness,
prove you're not a robot.
His creativity now it's going up a notch.
We could literally do. We could do the case for if the government are ever looking at this properly. We will say to them, just tune into our live show at 8:00 on a Sunday, and we will show you exactly why you should have to verify your account.
Oh, stop. Back to Snowfall. What are we talking about?
Super impressive, and as always,
she's brilliant.
A good filly getting all the 3-year-old allowances that stays the distance, goes on any ground is has to be a chance in the act.
Is there a chance of our running next week in the King George? There's
No,
whispers around about.
No, Love is running the King George. Hayden said it.
He nearly said Love's going to win it anyway.
Love is running the King George. St. Mark's Basilica is running the Juddmont, and then I'd say Snowfall go for the Yorkshire Oaks that Love won last year.
Yes. Michael Tabor there.
I would happily work for them, lads. Honestly, I'd give up the gym, no bother, up the Valley Dial. Sign me up. Give me a house.
Doing what? Picking stones?
Now a helicopter ride every now and again. Yeah, I'll bring you too.
Yeah. As if he watches us.
It's no, Love will go for the King George next week, but Snowfall is she looks really good, doesn't she? I don't know how she's improved from 2 to 3. Like, her pedigree suggests she'll improve, but she's improved out of all recognition. I think she's the best 3-year-old middle distance horse. I love Hurricane Lane, but I just think if they met with her getting the weight allowance as well, I think she'd probably give him a beating. And I think her and Love would be a fascinating race. However, it depends on where they meet and how much weight they get. But she's going to get at least 7 pounds, I think. And I think that'd be a hell of a race between the two of them. And I'd probably side with Snowfall. And if I was having an anti-post bet on that, on the two of them against each other, I'd definitely side with Snowfall because she goes on any ground. And it was established a long time ago by most people anyway, that Love only goes on good ground. So
Love here. It'd be interesting to see who Ryan would pick.
Who would you? I was going to say, who would you pick? That's just a stupid question.
Well, I mean, Ryan won 4 Group 1s in Love. He's hardly going to get off it.
I reckon he would.
I think he would.
Well, I think he'd be stupid if he did.
And this is why the 3 of us on a panel would be brilliant.
How many days we giving him? Tom, 28. What are you on about 28? Give him 2, he'd be grand.
The improvement in her is just insane, because remember when she came out last year, there'd be whispers for O'Brien horses and they'd be backed as if they are fancied to win, and her form then just tailed off last year. It was just, where did this come from? Then out she comes this year, batters everything.
She's gone from a 2-year-old yak to a 3-year-old superstar.
Someone was just saying there she was too lanky as a 2-year-old, Tom, and yeah, like I take all that into account, and her pedigree is there to improve, but she's literally improved 20 pounds, like on the slap.
She's turned herself inside out.
Yeah. There's no explaining that improvement. She just, whatever reason has.
Contaminated feed.
There's fair enough improvement for growing into your frame and all that, but like, you have to see that it's kind of there as a 2-year-old. She never looked like doing anything like this.
They were harping on about her for a long time as a 2-year-old.
But very impressive.
Yeah, she's very good now. She's a good one.
The longest distance winner of the Irish Oaks for like 100 years, I think I saw somewhere.
And the record in the English Oaks.
And she didn't have it all her own way.
So just to put this into context, right?
Wow.
So she took 3 runs to win her maiden. She was then 4th of 8, beaten 5 lengths to an RPR of 92, which was her highest RPR as a 2-year-old. She was then beaten 11 lengths, 10 lengths, and 12 lengths in her next 3 starts. And then has come out and bolted up at York and bolted up in the 2 Oaks by 16 lengths and 8.5 lengths. That's incredible. Like, absolutely incredible.
Legend.
Yeah, I like her now. She's very good.
Right, move on to the Sapphire Stakes, where Moonista beat Gustav Weston and Romantic Challenge, who got one of the worst rides I saw all weekend.
Romantic Proposal.
What did I say? Romantic Challenge? Where the hell am I getting that out? Oh, Meg Chandler started writing down 2 things. Romantic Proposal got one of the worst rides I've seen all weekend. Logo Hunter, as we thought, didn't go on the ground. And I've no idea what happened to Johnny Murtagh's horse.
They were on the wrong side as well, I think. You need to come down the...
But they're not the only ones that came down that side that day.
The rail side. But I tell you, That Commonwealth Cup is looking like a strong piece of form because there was an Irish horse won the Grade 1 over in France as well that came out of it. And I text Andrew after the race. It just said, shows you how good Starman is because it is a strong piece of form. He would have won if he went in a straight line, and Starman battered him in Newmarket. So
can't believe we still didn't back him after all this harping on about in the Ascot preview.
That's because he didn't turn up.
I know.
Out of sight, out of mind.
You had to give him £6. That was my problem with him.
Won't make that mistake twice.
No, exactly. I thought with the Logo Hunter race that it looked obvious to me that the near side had an advantage. Now I'm not making excuses for him, but I think that once that happens, you can write off the far side then. So
all the sprints and the handicaps, the near side had an advantage.
But
Fran Berry actually said on Racing TV, he said if I was in the Scurry sprint, he said if I was drawn low, like on the replay, if he was drawn low, I would just go across the back of all the other horses and sit against the rail because you're going to lose on that side anyway, so you may as well take a chance.
But
it's amazing how jockeys don't do that though. Just
asking the questions here. How much of a difference on the ground that would have been rattling fast either way? How is there that much of a difference between 6-7 horses wide to that on good to form ground?
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's that fact that they've watered up the rail because that's where they're going to come on the Oaks and the races over more than a mile. So they're watered up by the rail. So if you come over, because most of the runners are just going to be in single file or twos or threes, and then if you come this way, they haven't watered the whole track. I can guarantee you that's what it is.
Oh, wouldn't that have been negated now by the weather we had? Wouldn't that just been wiped out in the space of 2 or 3 hours?
Well, it clearly wasn't.
They'll have wanted to put enough water on it, so there's no jar in it.
Yeah, that's that question answered.
I think that's what it'd be anyway. That's what makes
sense. That all makes sense. Summer plate, you called it.
I literally said what happened.
You never backed him.
Said I won't back him and you'll win. And he won by a mile as well. Literally a mile.
Frank the Burley.
You could tell about 10 out he was going to win. I was like, this thing's going to Canton home. And then when Captain Tomcat went to the front, I was like, oh, maybe he has a chance. And he dropped away. I was like, that Peter Bone horse going to win again. And it's like at 12-1 or something.
11s.
Yeah.
Something like 11, 12.
Sure, look, I said it. Every time I don't back him, he wins.
It's amazing this season, since April, Peter Bowen's operating at 27% strike rate. His horses have been sick basically for the last 2 years. He had a 7% strike rate in 1920 and a 9% strike rate in 2021. So any that he's held on to are now insanely well handicapped.
But you know that was his first winner for 26 odd days or something as well.
He had another one.
He hadn't had a winner up until Saturday it was 20 something days anyway. His strike rate in June and May was insane. It was I think about 30% or above or something like that. But yeah, his horses were clearly sick. He's a good trainer.
Yeah, he is.
That was his record. Was that his 8th win in the race or something?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
Yeah, there's someone that had €15 each way on him because I said it. Yeah, happy days.
Pity, wasn't you?
Yeah, I didn't do it. Nope, not me.
My selection present and correct didn't run. He's run tomorrow and he will bolt up.
Peter Bowen, had 3 winners between October 19 and August 20.
Wow.
3 winners.
There's a few trainers in England that have had sick horses for a while, and we were only talking about it. I reckon if Tizard's horses come back to form this year,
they're ridiculously well handicapped.
Really well handicapped horses.
Ridiculously well handicapped horses. Who? Philip Hobbs as well.
No.
Yeah, Nicky Henderson to an extent.
Yeah, he had a quiet year last year.
Yeah, I still stand by there was something wrong with a lot of horses in England that was getting through a lot of horses. There's so many trainers that had low strike rates. There's a lot of horses moved around in the UK this year, jumps horses. What's his name? Harry Whittington lost the Brooks horses. Waiting Patiently has gone to Christian Williams.
What difference is that going to make?
Tom's gone, is he?
Oh,
I haven't frozen. Rumor has it there's some horses left another big yard as well.
I was joking the other day as well. I said they must be sending him to win the Welsh National. That was like sarcastic because like that's what Christian Williams tries to win.
That's exactly what he's going to do.
So you heard it here first. Waiting patiently. Stretch your stamina. Welsh National.
Get pulled up 4 out.
I reckon he'll get him down to 100 and he'll win 3 on the bounce.
He'll be running around Chepstow the whole year. What's the other trainer that's been moved?
Apparently some horses out of Philip Hobbs's. I haven't seen it confirmed anywhere, but those are strong rumors anyway. So.
What owners?
I can't say because I haven't got anything to back it up. But
it's just if you just say, in my opinion, you're solid.
Big owners, put that way.
Black with blue stripe going through the middle.
No.
Menorah colours.
Blue stripe going through the
middle. Menorah colours.
Blue stripe going through the middle. Oh, they do.
I have no idea.
I think they do. Yeah.
It's navy.
It's a rumor anyway. I haven't seen it confirmed anywhere. It could be
3 different color blues. 3 different color blues. Remember that pylon? Those colors with the red and white.
Yeah,
man, they were barely disappointing last year. All those horses as well.
Talk Andrew.
He's got
trying to have a good horse. Yeah, he's trying to have a really good horse.
He's got a good horse that we actually tried to buy in France. And it's a lovely horse. I'm going to get you his name now.
He's had the win since, isn't he?
Yeah. Did he win? I can't remember if he won. I'll get you. You carry on. I'll get his name now.
Right. Second last race, the Hackwood Stakes, where my little cliff horse, Happy Romance, that I didn't back, won. Beat Diligent Harry, who got another.
Happy Romance also ran in Commonwealth Cup.
Jesus Christ, what was Adam Kirby doing on him?
Adam Kirby gave Diligent Harry a bad ride, but that horse needs to learn to settle. If he doesn't settle, he's not going.
How is he going to learn to settle if you put him out in front?
He's not going to.
All his wins, he's been held up. Look, we're running in group races. Let's go to the front. Makes sense. Yeah.
He's not going to fulfill his potential anyway, being ridden the way he's been ridden the last twice. To me, that's what lost him the 2 races. But there you go. I'd say again, he was probably the most talented horse in the race, but
he's going to bolt up one of these. The second he gets dropped in, just behind the pace, take him out and off he goes. He stays further as well.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he battled well.
I can't believe it didn't back Harry man. So I always back him. But yeah, that is good form. Commonwealth form is being held up big time this year. That's it. Tom, Jason wants to know, did you update your Google Maps yet?
I laugh at that. No, Jay, I didn't, but I marked them out with white tape the other day in my garden. And
fill in everyone what you're on about.
I'm going to put in stables. I'm going to put in stables in my garden, lads. I'm absolutely buzzing. But I had a row with Jay in Henry's that some of his wood trick paddocks were bigger or smaller than the others. Turns out he was right. Funnily enough, he's the guy who put them in. Strangely enough, he was right.
We were out there and we were talking to Jay, and Tom was like, "I have to go see these paddocks now." Okay, there's Jay. Jay, where's these paddocks? Yeah, he walked them over. What was it, 3 meters or something? Yeah, there. These are smaller than the ones up there. Come on, go up there. Yeah, the exact same up there.
Jimmy Duff, I was being sarcastic about waiting patiently running in the Welsh National. Like, I wasn't being serious. In case you didn't get that, which you clearly didn't.
The Tim Sider horse, lads, is called Saint Palais. It's only a 4-year-old. It was 3rd and 2nd twice after it came over from France. Might not be a superstar, but it's rated 118. He'll win plenty of races. Nice horse.
Right, and else before we decide to head off into yonder?
No, just thinking about the jumps horses now. I was getting excited.
I got really excited about jumps horses.
I was thinking about that Philip Hobbs horse that won. Do you know he's just not able to jump? And Richard Johnson got him up last year in that Sandown Grade 1, 2 mile 4.
Oh, Sporting John.
Oh, him, yeah, no, Sporting John. He is the worst jumper ever. Him and Pylon, terrible. Terrible. How Richard Johnson got that horse to win that race is a miracle.
Who did he beat? He beat the fellow I was on. It was a Dan Skeleton horse.
And skeleton horse. Yeah.
Who was it?
Oh, that thing that is a great jumper goes from the front. Not so few say colors. You know the yellow.
No, not Langerdan. Remember Langerdan? Langerdan is swinging on the rail. Robbing the Galpin de Champ is like 7 lengths ahead of him there on the snaff.
It is them.
Chill.
It's them colors, all right. Yeah.
Oh, what's his name?
Somebody just asked if we're going to Galway. Shona is running on Wednesday, so I'm heading up.
I might be.
Andrew might be.
I have to try to convince the missus to go for a weekend away.
Samuel Hart wants to talk about Goodwood. It's coming up. We're going to do.
Look, Jesus Christ! Not even on the show, and he gets a Goodwood plug in.
We're not doing talking points next week, are we? We're doing like a preview for Goodwood and Galway on the Monday.
Yes, we're doing it for good. We're not doing a Sunday because somebody is.
No, that's the following week.
You thought it was next week.
No. I said Sunday week.
No.
So like
I said we're going to do the Goodwood and Galway preview the Sunday. Oh, I won't be there. I'm going away.
I'm here next week.
Do you want to do Sunday or Monday then?
I don't care. I'm here anyway.
Sunday or Monday, Tom? I'm meeting right now.
Don't care. Up to you two.
Sunday. We're having a Sunday, so
Live again
from the sauna.
And can we do
Shampoo. There you go.
Come on,
That's it.
Jimmy Duff. That was
That's
a better
it,
comment.
Shampoo.
That's a better comment.
Yes.
Can you imagine being a big Galway, a big Goodwood supporter, and it's not even their main festival of the whole year isn't even the biggest festival on that week? Like you'd be so disappointed.
Goodwood
Galway is way better than
than Galway.
Galway is a 2-race festival.
Oh, Goodwood is phenomenal.
Sorry, 3-race festival this year. 3-race. Sorry, I take that back. 3-race festival.
I'm looking forward to a few horses now. Goodwood. Looking forward to seeing Winter Power go downhill really fast.
And Patrick Mullins is 100% going to win that amateur handicap. He has not won yet this year.
In Galway?
Yeah.
On
Your
what?
eye is twitching.
What?
Your eye is twitching.
Ah, it's the COVID injection.
Jesus.
I'm growing a third eye.
Goodwood dominates Galway. I would tend to agree, Samuel Hart.
I thought you'd like that, Sam. I thought you'd like that. Someone said is Shauna going to win? She's in
yes, she's going to bolt up.
She's a 0 to 130 or 0 to 135 mares handicap hurdle. So
Christ. I didn't know that. That was 120.
She's going to win.
No.
Keep the
It's a
faith.
good race.
She's going to jump the last 6 lengths in front and win by a nose.
Winter Power isn't going to Goodwood, Dave. Well, that's me. I'm gone, so fuck Goodwood. It's all about Galway. Sorry, Sam.
Galway.
That's the end of that.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to preview that.
No St. Mark's Basilica. No Winter Power. May as well just watch the jumps at Galway.
No
For
Goodwood.
Mark Johnson handicappers.
And no subjectivist either. Fuck Goodwood.
3 horses I was looking forward to. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
the hell with Goodwood. Worst festival ever.
I wouldn't go that far now. I'd say the weather's normally.
I was trying to wind up, Sam.
The horse that Love beat in Ascot surely will win the Mayor's Group 1.
Who did she beat?
Dara, isn't that her name? James Fanshaw's horse.
Yeah,
Breeders' Cup winner.
Breeders' Cup winner, yeah.
Yes, that one, yeah.
I'll win. Right, we will preview that on Sunday, and we might get the lads from Next Gen on just to rib them about all of. See it.
It's not too warm over there with the sauna that they have.
It's warm here.
Should
And
bring them on for the Galway part of the show and then kick them off for the Goodwood bit.
They can't get commission then. Good thinking, Tom.
Yeah.
They must get a race ticket for every time they mention Goodwood.
Yeah, and just before Sam says this now on next week's show, Wadera is going to be my nap of the week, so you'll be copying me, mate.
I just got robbed of my nap of the week. No, I haven't looked that far, but I know she's running. Sure,
I haven't even looked either. Right, that's no. Go on.
Yes,
Sorry.
we are, Paul.
What?
I'm doing a comp for Galway and Goodwood. I will sort that this week.
That's his domain. He deals with all that. Thanks be the Lord.
Moffat's at Cartmel tomorrow, Dave. Thanks, Graham. I'll be on.
Who?
Jimmy Moffat's at Cartmel. Graham lives down there in Cartmel. He'd be chatting to me.
Graham in the know-how.
Oh, yeah, he knows about Jimmy Moffat's. He'd always say if they're going to win. Like,
Is this one of these 5-horse gambles again?
No.
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 Will it win?
I mean, to be fair, Graham's given me about 10 horses and 7 of them have won.
Do you know what happens here, though, Tom? Have we got one of them off him?
Nope.
No.
I'm a man of the people. I keep
Andrew,
telling you this.
Andrew, there's a lot of things he hasn't. There's a lot of things he hasn't sent on to us now that have been very
show us something now off camera after.
I'm a man of the people, just not one person that makes funny names on YouTube and doesn't like me.
I think you can add a few more to that list.
Yeah, there's probably a few more as well.
Right. We are done for tonight. We are back next week for the King George meeting preview, which is on Wednesday. And then next Sunday, we will have our live Goodwood and Galway Festival preview.
I am sweating in here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But when we were doing this back in your house last year, it was not as warm as this.
To be fair, it hasn't been as warm as this for the last 5 years in Ireland.
Yeah, it's roast. It's like 30 degrees today.
Valid point, Tom.
It's like 30 degrees. No one cares. Places are jammers everywhere. COVID, what? Right. As always, we are back on Wednesday, as I said, and we're back then live on next Sunday for our Goodwood and Galway preview show. So again, lads, have a good week. Enjoy the weather. Stay safe, and we will see you again on Wednesday.